Single arm dumbbell split jerks. For the split jerks, now the catch position for the jerk is going to be a little bit more complicated than the push jerk. Make sure you go back and watch the push jerk video to revise before learning how to split jerk. So for the split jerk, the only difference is that you're catching the dumbbell in a split lunge position, partial lunge, and then you're going to recover. So it's going to look like this. One more time. Okay. So the difference between a dumbbell push jerk and a split jerk is simply the catch position and the following recovery. So you guys already know how to push press, how to push jerk, which means you know how to use your hips and then use your shoulder in sequence. So now we're going to learn how to catch the split jerk. So for the split jerk position, we're going to start with your feet hip width apart, just like the push jerk and the push press. And then after dipping and driving, as you jump, you're going to try to land in a partial lunge. In the partial lunge, your feet are going to be approximately shoulder width apart. So you're going from hip width to shoulder width, and then you're going to get into that lunge position with your toes pointing forwards or slightly turned in. So practice getting into that lunge position first. Whichever leg feels more natural to come forwards, you can have that foot forwards. Have your feet, remember, about shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight or turned in, whatever feels more natural to you. And try lunging in that position as well, just to make sure that the distance between your left and right foot is approximately right. So in that position, your weight distribution should be 50-50. So your weight should be 50 in the left leg and then 50% in the back leg. Notice that his back knee is slightly bent and his back heel is coming off the floor. So let's show them a side view. So you want to bend your back knee slightly, keep your back heel off the floor. Again, weight distribution is 50-50 with your torso in an upright position. How much should you be bending your knees? That's up to the weight that you're using. If you're going heavy and if you know you're going to struggle with the catch, then you have to get into a slightly deeper lunge. If it's a lightweight, you don't have to lunge as deep as you would with a heavyweight. So we're trying to program the single arm dumbbell split jerks as a structural balance exercise. So you'll be using your left and the right arm, and you'll be changing legs, switching legs every time as well. So if you're holding onto the dumbbell on one side, you're going to be jerking and landing with the opposite leg forward. So this contralateral exercise will force you to use your core stability and try to fight any rotational forces, and find your shoulder stability as well as hip stability as you land and recover every time. So going back to the catch and the recovery. So in order for you to practice the catch, if you're unsure about where your feet should be landing, maybe you can mark your feet on the floor with any objects, or you can grab a chalk and mark your feet. So you're going to start from the standing position. You can come onto your toes as if you're trying to jump, and then from there, try to land in the positions your feet should be landing. So you're going to jump and land. Step your front foot every time. Remember, bend your back knee a little bit, keep your back heel off the ground. Weight distribution should be 50-50 every time you land. Okay, so again, come up. Come onto your toes. Land aggressively. Again, you're trying to thrust the weight upwards, and then you're trying to get under the weight every time as you catch the dumbbell in the partial lunge position. For the recovery from the partial lunge position, you're going to bring your front foot back halfway first, and then bring your back leg forwards, and have your feet back in alignment to finish the split jerk. So now we're going to practice with the dumbbell. With your dumbbell on your shoulder, elbow pointing forwards. You're going to dip, drive, jerk. As you come onto your toes, as you extend your elbow, get ready to step your foot. So you're going to dip, drive, jerk. As soon as you extend your elbow, you should be landing. Okay, so those two things happen simultaneously. Again, dip, drive, jerk. Okay, again, bring your front foot back halfway, and then bring your back foot forwards back into alignment. Try the other sides. Try the other sides. For the other leg, if it's not your natural front leg, you'll struggle with the balance, so perhaps practice without the dumbbell first. So again, dip, try, jerk, catch, and then recover. Okay, this is your single arm dumbbell split jerks.